Welcome to the Valid Podcast. You dig what I'm saying? Vulnerability, accountability, leadership, intentionality, and demand. All aspects of life, and we always just here to talk about it. You dig? Today, I'm excited. I think I'm always excited to film, to be honest with you, but I'm definitely excited because I think our platform is always used to kind of like highlight Black and brown businesses, especially youth, urban youth who are coming up in the city and putting on for the city. I think that is amazing stuff and amazing work, and it needs to be highlighted at all times. You know what I mean? So, Aaron, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do and why you're here. I know you know why you're here, but talk to the people.
All right, so my name's Aaron Cooley, born and raised in Roxbury, Massachusetts. I currently attend Beaver Country Day School in Brookline, but come next fall, I'll be attending Brown University, being the first generation in my family to attend an Ivy League school. So that's a huge accomplishment. I'm truly honored and humbled by that. Um, since freshman year, I've been running this sort of sports media culture that I call Bio Productions. Bio is a abbreviation for believing in ourselves, and it was mostly inspired by me wanting to film because growing up, I didn't have a lot of people to come record my games and like spread awareness to the talent in the city. So I wanted to, do my own thing. And it started out small. I had a little camcorder the size of a flash drive, and I was just going out trying to record my friends. And then the support grew. Just being a kid in the city, there's love in the city. And, they wanted to see me be successful in anything that I do. And playing basketball gave me attention by itself, but, just trying to brand myself really separated me in a lot of ways. And now it's 2021. This will be my 5th year with Bio Productions. Um, just a few accomplishments that we made even through the pandemic. We got a shout out from the mayor, Marty Walsh. Sold over 100 t-shirts this year or last year. Even doing a collab shirt with NBA player Jalen Adams, who was also from Roxbury, Massachusetts. And, filming over 100 kids around the city. So that's just a few things that have come with the company, and we're just gonna keep on moving forward with it.
Word, word. That's all big shit, man. That is hella, it really is hella dope. Can I ask you real quick, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So 5 years. How old were you when bio started?
Wow, wow. However old you are, freshman year of high school.
Exactly, which is crazy, bro. Which is crazy. Like to be that young and have a mindset like that is super crazy and something that you don't see every day. So proud of you, kid. Proud of you. But so I want to know a little bit more about bio. Like I'm just now seeing it on IG 2020. I mean, I seen you start out and I don't know. For me, it popped up out of nowhere, and you just were going hard. Like the shirt with Jalen Items is fire, the merch is fire, like all that good stuff. Like, how's that been, especially throughout the pandemic?
I whoa, that snowstorm was crazy outside. It's been going really well. I think my my direction and the focus that I want bio has really helped me in reinventing it over the past few years, because there's this quote by Nipsey Hussle that I look upon as motivation, and the tone that I want bio to be set as, and it's the highest act, the oh, slow down. The highest human act is to inspire. And I use that quote. It's so powerful that I use that quote in anything that I do, whether it's schoolwork, whether it's helping around the community with bio, whether it's being a leader on and off the court with basketball. I just feel as though, if I can inspire someone else in my neighborhood or someone far, far away, just inspire them to go out every single day and be their best selves. I feel as though like my purpose and why I'm here, I'm doing the right thing. So with bio, I really just want it to be like something people can look onto as motivation, yes, but proof that if you put your mind to something, you can do it no matter what profession it is, no matter
Mhm.
what destiny you're chasing, like you can do it because, no one thought a kid from the community will go on to do things, even go to an Ivy League school. Like no one thought that would happen. But it's up to you. It's up to you to create your own path and fulfill your own destiny, write your own script, and just continue to lead by example. So Bio Productions, it's really just basically my way of inspiring from experience because some people learn from writing on the board, but me, I learned through experience. If someone could tell me something, but I, I'm not going to fully understand it unless I go through it. And
Mhm.
through
Yeah.
all the hardship and adversity that I've been through on and off the court, I think it's really helped me to mold Bio into something that I believe in, not just trying to chase a popularity or something like that, if that makes sense.
I think that's pretty dope on what you speak on because ultimately it's your brand and who you are, right? And your brand is realistically not only bio but your name as a basketball player. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And realistically, the only person that has to believe in everything you do is you. And if
exactly.
you believe in it, other people jump on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Shelby was able to believe in me and what I wanted to do with Valid TV, right? Which was like, okay, I think I could do this. I got one person who believes in me, right? And whatever she does, and I know all the things that she's doing, I believe in her wholeheartedly. But when you believe in it, then somebody else believes in you because they see how hard you work. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And
Mhm.
not only that, but when you believe in something that you're really passionate about, that's when the fun starts to happen, the
Mm,
creativity, like the different ways of expanding. Because I didn't
mm,
even like before this summer even happened, I did not have like a personal connection with Jalen Adams at all. Like I would see him at the park and he was like a celebrity to me. Like I can't go up to him like that because like
mm,
he's major, but I went to the DM, I ain't gonna lie. I went to the DM, I texted him, I showed him my vision, the ideas that he had, and he respected it. He loved the process because he himself has a business that he's running with clothing as well. So he's
mm.
just like the way that sort of people that have a platform, a larger platform, their ability to, see the potential in the city that they come from and help out, that meant a lot this year too. So
Yeah, that's dope though too. Because a lot of
Yeah, and the
times,
fact that you were able to figure out what it is you're passionate about at such a young age, like 5 years ago, and fresh as a freshman, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So the fact that you like figured it out at such a young age, and you could take it so much further than where it is now. That's dope.
that
thanks.
is that is super dope. I was gonna talk about like collaborating in the city. Like sometimes I feel like depending on what it is, sometimes people feel like you can't collab with others in the city because there's a lot going on in Boston, whether
Yeah.
people believe it or not. But there's a lot going on. I had people ask me sometimes like, "There's black people in Boston?" Like, bro, if only you
All
knew.
the time.
If
Really?
really,
Yes.
really.
Crazy.
It's crazy, right? But there's a lot of things going on in the city, and especially a lot of up and coming businesses. And I think I always say all the time, but we work stronger together than we work apart. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so being able to collab with people from the city, like collabing with Jalen Adams, like that's amazing, bro. Somebody who's made it outside of Roxbury and then having to collab with him and helping you with what you're doing, like that's outstanding right there.
yeah.
No,
I,
that's
th-
good.
I think the best part about it is something my mom told me all the time, and she says it's not a bad thing to ask for help. Like,
Mm,
if you need help, ask for it. And, I took that into the school work that I do, like reaching out to teachers and also into the business that I'm trying to make. So, for instance, I started out with the film, like the small camcorder, and I worked my way up a little bit, but my quality still wasn't there. It still
mm,
wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I didn't have any of the financials. I was at school and I didn't have a job. So I had no money to afford a legit camera. So what I did is I started a GoFundMe. And at
mm,
first I was like, Mom, I don't want to do this because I don't want people to think that this is a charity and I'm
Yeah.
asking for money. And she was like, no, you write what you want. You like basically you write the vision that you have down. And
mm.
those that see the vision for what it is and have been supporting for the past 4 or 5 years, they'll see that this is something that can go further, and they'll support you because they know the person you are, and they know the person that you can become with this company. And I still wasn't buying it. I was like, let's go for we ain't gonna get more than $5 on here. But it was crazy because in less than 2 weeks, I set a goal for, I believe it started at $1,000. Over 2 weeks, I raised over about $4,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Was able to buy a new camera, a new lens, and had some money left over too to buy some additional shirts. So, like, it's not like, asking for help is seen as a bad thing, but that process helps you because it allows you to expand, and it allows you to show like that there's people here that want to help you and want to see you succeed. Some people always want to have that, came from nothing story, but that's not
Yeah.
that's not for everyone. It wasn't for
Yeah.
me. As much as I be trying to say like I came from nothing, I came from dirt. Nah. I had I had a village that was supporting me since the jump,
Yeah.
and seeing that GoFundMe and the success that I've been having over the past 5 years, it was really starting to show. So.
It's crazy because sometimes we don't even know how much support we have until we jump out on a limb and do things like that. Because I'm the same type of way. Like I don't like asking people for anything. I don't want people to feel like I'm in like it's charity, like that sort of thing. So yeah, that really shows you how people support you and how many people are really standing behind you and believe in you at that.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
That's
sure.
big. That's big. So I've heard you talk about a few people, but I wanted to ask, like, what motivates you? It's been 5 years now. You're getting ready to go into college. Like, what's your biggest motivation right now?
Uh, Biggest motivation, uh, I got a few, but I think they all focus under one main thing, and that's the village.
Mhm.
That's a big thing that keeps me going is the village of people that have been supporting me since day one. From my mother and father to my close friends, just that support and that love, that unconditional love that people give me is something that is worth fighting for every single day that I wake up. So I feel as though like if I'm just sitting back on the bed doing nothing, I feel unproductive. I feel like I'm letting my village down if I'm not doing something, if I'm not being
Mm.
productive. So, you know, from all my fallen angels that, have passed away, to, just everyone, man, it's a lot growing up in the community. And, I just feel as though, yeah, it got to be my village. My village motivates me the most. Besides my mom, my mom's like it goes. My mom here, and then my village, right, like slightly under, and then God above all, of course. But yeah, my village, man, that's what motivates.
That's dope. I laugh because I would say that too. Like my mom, and it's like my dad right there, but like
Yeah,
everybody else, like y'all are cool. I appreciate it, but my mom, right there.
yeah.
You
Don't tell him. He part of the village too. Mom above all, but dad's in the village section too.
Yep. That's funny. But what's been some of your challenges starting? I mean, 5 years, you being young, not
Mhm.
that young, because that makes me seem like I'm old, but I mean, you being young, growing up and having this business, what's been some of the challenges thus far?
Uh, I think the ongoing challenge that I'm still facing to this day is just consistency because the
Mm,
way I see it, I have like so much on the table already. Like I just started a new job,
Mhm.
I got schoolwork, had to prepare for college, then basketball as well, and then focusing on a business. That's like there's not enough time in the day to focus on all of it. So sometimes there's days where I'm strictly focused on bio and then I don't have a chance to work out or go to a gym. And then that's bad because I'm going to play Division 1 basketball. So I need to stay in shape. But at the same time, I'm running
Yeah.
a business. So I have to make sure that my business is still afloat. So
mhm,
just balancing all of that and also making sure that I go to sleep at a proper time so that I'm not late for my class at 8 a.m. So, I mean, like
yeah.
the focus on all of that and find time management, I think that's the hardest part is just, trying to schedule out everything so that I have a proper schedule is something that I'm still working on, and just finding those gaps where, you know, can work on bio for 2 hours, then work out for an hour, schoolwork and all that. So that's one thing. Another thing is obviously with the pandemic, it's hard to, you know, go out and record and play basketball where I usually used to go. Like for instance, my gym, the Shelburne Community Center, has been closed till like mid March. So the gym that I usually go to, it's not available anymore. So, you know, just finding different ways to adjust to the pandemic, for everything basically is just, you know, it's taking time. But I think with my creativity, I've been finding different ways to adjust to that. So those are the two I would say. I would say consistency and just adjusting to the time that we're living in right now have been the two hardest parts so far. And then when I was younger, obviously, you know, just uh, being a kid, obviously, you know, you don't really think that your image is really that important. But you know, when I was younger, just making sure that I keep a proper image, because you know, that's the most important thing you have is, you know, your image, because you know people are gonna judge you all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're comfortable with yourself, that's all that matters. But you know,
Yes.
me being a young kid, you know, I was into, you know, not I wouldn't say I was a follower, but there would be some times that I can be misled. And you
Mm.
know, figuring out what I wanted to be and where I wanted to go, I had to put that stuff aside and really focus in. So those three right there were probably the, not the last one, but those two that I said first: consistency and,
Mm.
you know, scheduling. Those are still challenges that I'm facing today. So
Yeah.
With the first one that you mentioned with consistency and having to do all those things and balance all of those things, do you have a team that you're working with, or do you do everything all on your own?
uh, I have a team. Team. I have a team, but it's really just like my boys. So it's like,
Mhm.
you know, I try to put them in because I'm a big family oriented guy. But at the same time, you know, it really just comes down to me, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm doing all the edits, I'm editing the website. You know, I'm the one standing for 2 hours holding the heavy camera. So, you know, it really just comes down
Yeah.
to me. But, you know, I try to divide the work if I can, um, with my boys that help me out. But you know, they're busy as well, because I have one of my friends who's at Morehouse right now, and then a few that are local. But you know, they have their responsibilities too. So like, what does it look like for me to pack them with the work that I need to do? And you know, they're doing their own things as well. So you know, I ask for help when I need it, but you know, even if I do need it, I just feel as though they don't deserve to have that workload on them. So
Yeah.
it's really just me, but you know, I try to get them in when I can.
Oof,
Okay.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
Like you
That is
it's
a
do.
tough.
lot.
It's
Yeah.
tough. It's definitely tough. Like
Yo.
I got I have a box of bio hoodies that I still gotta ship out. Um, and my boys supposed to help me ship it out, but they all went back to college. So, and it's not their fault. The packages came in, they were delayed, so they came in late. So I was like, ah man. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get all these sweatshirts down to the post office. Uh, I was supposed to go today, but I didn't realize that there was gonna be a snowstorm. So, so
Me too, man. Me too.
yeah, so it's a struggle. You gotta reschedule again. Back to my second problem.
That's a fact. But I wanted to touch on the last thing, the last challenge that you said that you had when you were growing up, because I think that's pretty important for just to highlight how aware you are of of your past situations, right? That in your experience, and to go back what you said about sometimes you could people could tell you stuff, but you just got to go through it, right? And you being able to go through it and to get through it and to still sit here to this day and have this story that you have, like that's a lot for 18-year-olds, and very humbling to see an 18-year-old be like, yeah, I've been through this and I'm aware of the situation, and this is how I've then been able to form myself as an adult now. So I commend you for that. For sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. But I always ask, my number one question is, how you make sure you take care of yourself? I feel like that's a clinical side of me where it's just like, how you take care of yourself?
I think I think like bio is sort of my way of taking care of myself, because with bio, I just feel as though it's like my scrapbook collage basically of
Mhm.
allowing myself, like allowing me to express anything that I'm feeling. Like like if I'm feeling like, I feel as though like my craft to make a graphic design or a super dope edit of one of my friends hooping, like just my ability to do that and see their reactions of like saying, "Oh, that's dope, man, that's cool." Like my ability
Mhm.
to make somebody else happy always makes me feel 10 times better about myself, because I'm always a man about, giving back in any way that I can. So if
Mhm.
I'm helping somebody out and they liking my craft, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something dope here. Like, gotta brush my shoulder off real quick, because I just killed that mixtape. I just, all those hours that I spend doing that, I feel as though it's well worth it. And then also, basketball is a real, like it's like a, I don't even know like how to explain it. Like dribbling the basketball, shooting it, like it's just like makes me forget about everything wrong that's going on in the world and just
Mhm.
focus in on, perfecting my craft. And that's what a lot of basketball players can say about the sport, is that it really brings the community together, but it also helps you to, escape reality basically, because, basketball is just a loving sport that is just can like make your life so much better. That goes for any sport or profession that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about
Mhm.
something, it just makes it feel less like a job and more like something that you enjoy to do. Like for
Mhm.
instance, like this valid thing that you guys have going, like you guys are passionate about it. So when you guys are doing stuff to promote it or endorse it or spread like awareness to it, you guys enjoy doing that because it's a process. It's a process that you guys like to do. Same thing
Mhm.
with basketball, same thing with bio for me. I feel as though if I keep expanding, soon people will realize all the work that I'm putting in. And that's starting to show, especially this year, because, I'm getting invited to do podcasts. I'm getting news articles and stuff like that. I'm going to one of the best colleges in the world, so I feel as though like my hard work is really starting to pay off. And, that's how I treat myself, just by
Yeah.
continuously working so that eventually all the work that I'm doing, I can just sit back and relax because, I quote unquote made it, but I ain't make it
Yeah.
yet, so I ain't got time to settle.
I like that. I
Well,
like
you
that.
started young. It's gonna pay off earlier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get rich and disappear. I told my mom that. She's
Period.
like, "Oh yeah, that's how you feel." I was like, "Yeah, I'm out here." I didn't mean it like that though, but I was like, "Yeah, yeah, y'all ain't gonna see me." But I didn't realize that I was like dogging her out. I was like, "Oh man."
I think we all had that point. I think we all had that point. It was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here.
She told my little sister, she was like, "Yeah, he's just gonna disappear on us." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm taking you with me."
There you go. You gotta make up for it. But I wanted to ask too, like you say like a passion, right? And for like people out there, sometimes they feel like you got this passion and you got your career, right? So like my career is like all this clinical work, right? But some of my passion is definitely in there. And then Valid TV becomes like my passion in the long run, right? How do you
Yeah.
balance having two passions? Like it's not just like you've never said my career or X, Y, and Z, like this is your passion, what you love to do. So how do you balance that having two of those?
Yeah. So how I see it is, I tend to focus more on the tree instead of the forest. Because when you see the forest, you see like everything that's going on. But when you focus on the tree, you can see all the small little hidden details. And that's how I approach the profession that I want to be in. So for instance, I want to make bio more like eventually a long-term goal that I have for bio is for it to be a store in the neighborhood, like how Newberry Comics is, where it shows
Mm,
like graphic arts and clothing. It sells clothing. It sells everything basically.
mhm,
And in order for me to do something like that, I have to see what it takes to build a business. And from there, when I wanted to apply for a job, I really wanted to apply for a job that, sells clothing or is in the direction that I want my business to be in. So, I hit up my coach, Todd Carls, and he owns all the Expression stores. And, I got a job at Expressions. And from that job alone, I've only been working about 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, but I've been learning so much about, just people by themselves. Not everybody's going to be nice. I have to welcome everybody to the store. Not everybody welcomes me, like says hello back. So I'm learning about people's character. I'm also learning about clothing itself and, how much, you have to put out and just the neatness of the store. And, going in the back of the store, just understanding everything that, it takes to build a business and keep it running consistently. And, it's been a lot. And at the same time, the same thing goes for basketball. Taking notes, watching old film, and watching the former players that went to Brown and seeing their position and the position that I'll be taking up eventually when I go there. So putting two and two together, it's just all about studying the craft that you want to perfect, and that's the tree that I focus on. So just every small detail is very important, and that's why I think is how to say this. That's why I think will separate me basically is my ability to stay focused on small details and paying attention to those instead of, trying to get to the finish line as fast as I can. Because if I get to the finish line, I'm not going to see everything that it took to get to the finish line.
Yes.
So, focusing on the small details. And, basketball is my main passion. But I feel as though because of basketball, I've been allowed to expand to things like bio. So basketball is really that tree that I focus everything around. And, from there, I spread my branches and, just continue to expand.
Nice. But I really like the way that you speak, by the way. I'm just going to say that to you, right? Like, I really do enjoy listening to you speak.
I feel like I'm doing a TED Talk right now.
Listen, whoever's listening to this in the future, they better learn something for you because you're going to be something great for sure.
Oh, there's something in there that they pay attention to.
Definitely, there will be. Because I'm paying attention to you a lot. Like, bro, this kid can really talk. So well. So, yeah, that's dope. But
I was also listening to LeBron's Barbershop, so I was just got tapped into my head.
Honestly, that is a great show to watch. The vibe that he sets in the barbershop, everything about it, it's honestly amazing. Shelby, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out because it's dope. Just the vibe that's there and the welcomeness that's in it and the conversations that they have. It's amazing.
I got HBO Max, and ever since I've been going crazy. I tell my mom every night, I'm like, hey, we gotta watch something on HBO Max. She'd be like, oh, you don't leave me alone. It'd be like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, hey, something's on HBO Max. They put out something new. Because becoming a filmer, I can't even enjoy movies anymore because I'm trying to break it down and find analysis for it. After I watch a movie, the first thing I go to is YouTube to watch the analysis or the breakdown on it because I can't just sit there and watch a film anymore. My sister was watching, I guess Shark Boy and Lava Girl, the second movie, a sequel of it, and I through the whole movie I was just critiquing it, forgetting that kid show, like a kid movie. I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. And she's just like, can you watch the movie? I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
That's pretty funny. So anybody out there, don't go to the movies with Aaron. Just
no. It's funny. I went on a date and we went to go see It Chapter 2. And I was just if you're on a date, you're supposed to, vibe, chill a little bit. I was like, nah. I was like, this don't make no sense right here. Are you watching this? Something's not adding up about all these balloons flying everywhere. I was just breaking it down. Luckily, there weren't a lot of people in the movie theater that night, but I can't go back to my old ways of just enjoying movies.
I'm dead. That's how you know you're really passionate about it.
Yeah.
You live and breathe it.
Yeah, I was like, that movie was terrible, but
and everybody else is probably like, bro, that was a great movie.
Yeah. They were like, that was crazy, the ending. I was like, Yeah, the CGI was alright. It was good.
They could have did
That's
it like
funny.
this, but
Yeah, yeah. If I was a director, I would have ended the film like this. But they did alright.
That's funny, bro. That is hilarious. Do you watch like Spike Lee movies? Are you
Yeah,
into Spike Lee?
yeah, yeah.
Do you,
Uh,
his
my favorite movie of all time is Do the Right Thing.
yes,
classic. That's a
that's a
Favorite
classic.
classic.
movie. Favorite
That's a
movie.
classic movie for sure. He's amazing. At my job, we're like highlighting Black and brown people who are successful but have also made a difference. And I feel like Spike Lee is one of those people who have powerful movies, and he does a damn good job doing what he does. So
Yeah, he's a big inspiration to why I do my bio stuff too.
nice, nice. That's good. He's one of the best, man. And
Yeah.
what's her name? Ava Du is it how do you say it? Ava
DuVernay.
DuVernay. She's also nice. She did she's the one who produced When They See Us.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, she did amazing work.
I can only watch that once. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
especially
a
that
tough
last
watch.
episode. Last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot. That was a lot
Woo.
to take in.
Yeah.
But my last question to you would be what advice would you give somebody around your age or even younger starting out a business and starting out their passions and everything? What advice would you give to them?
Advice I would give to them. Um, I'll first start off by saying it's okay to be different. Not a lot. Like there are gonna be people that don't see the vision that you have, but as long as you see it, that's important. And with the vision comes consistency. When you're trying to build something, it's important that if you're passionate about it, you continue working on it on a daily basis. Um, uh, and from consistency, just building up character, being someone that people can reach out to, but at the same time, you can reach out to other people to branch on and expand. And I think the most important thing overall that it for someone my age is to really focus in on schoolwork. Because the way I see it, and my big decision on why I went to Brown's, because I see Brown as a 40-year plan instead of a 4. Eventually for me, the basketball is going to stop dribbling. And, from there, I want to make sure that I'm set after basketball, so that my family's set and, I can live a successful life. And, with that comes schoolwork. If you're not doing well in the classroom, not a lot of jobs are going to want to hire you. That's the way I was raised. That's the way I was taught. And school also allows you to expand, beyond the basketball court. So if you're getting good grades, you're doing extracurriculums, and if you're just trying to expand yourself as a person and you're challenging yourself, people are going to see that and they're going to take notes, basically, and pay attention to the person that you're trying to become. So I think schoolwork's the most important thing, consistency in what you're passionate about, and just being true to yourself and not changing just because someone wants you to change. Changing because you feel as though it's going to allow you to evolve and grow. So those are the three things I'll tell somebody. If whoever's listening, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're my age, older, it's just important to those three things right there.
Nice. Bro, I could listen to you talk all day. I'm just gonna say that too. Shelby, you got any last questions before we wrap up?
No, I don't think so. No.
All right.
I just want to say one thing: Go
Oh.
Lakers! Lakers back to back this year. I know I'm from Boston and I'm supposed to be a Celtics fan, but LA till I die. So shout out Bron, Anthony Davis. I'm taking it back to back this year. Now I'll be wearing all my gear again. That's how we do things.
It's all right. I'm not a Celtics fan either. I haven't been a teams fan for a long time. I'm all about players, and I think Jason Tatum is great right now. Like
Jaylen Brown's your best player, but that's a tale for a different time.
We'll have to talk about that. We'll have
Yeah.
to talk about that. Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you hopping on. And staying up late to hop on. I'm sure you say you had to work today, so I definitely appreciate you taking the time to do this. And I'm proud of you, kid, for sure. I'm proud of you.
Shout out Brandy too. I know she's gonna watch this and repost this on Facebook. So shout out Brandy.
You already know. I had to tell her. I had to tell her, I'm like, I'm getting your cousin on here, right? She was like, no, I didn't know. I'm like, well, now you know.
Yeah. She's very supportive. I appreciate her.
Good. Well, I'll keep tossing up all your stuff too. And that merch, let me know what you got, and I'll
Yeah,
definitely come pick something up.
I have to do a shirt swap soon.
Oh, come on, let's do it. I'm
Got
always down. Honestly, the merch has become a lot. Like, I've been loving the merch thing. Shelby will tell you, I'll send her shit all day long of different types of things that we could do. Like, I love it. And to see people wearing your stuff, like, that
it.
is a
It-
different type of
Like,
feeling.
you know it's dope when you just scrolling through Snapchat. You don't even get the tag no more. You just see people wearing your shirt. It's like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, my grandma came down the stairs, and I was like, the whole fit? Okay. The hoodie, the hat. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I gotta
love
get
it.
my mom a new sweatshirt. She got all the lint on the sweatshirt now. It's all dirty. The writing's wearing out. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it, but we gotta get you.
Gotta
We
get
got
you the drip.
real quick. Yeah, making the drip look bad right now.
Right. Gotta keep them clean. Keep them clean. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Like always, this is Valid TV. Vulnerability, accountability, leadership, intentionality, and demand. All aspects of life, and we always just here to talk about it. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. And if not on YouTube, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hit that follow over at IG Val TV Podcast. You can hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook, all that good stuff. Just make sure you look into the description below. And we're going to toss all of Aaron's stuff in there as well. And make sure you check out his great work. All right.
Son.
See
Stay
y'all.
valid.